Hey, this is Red from Lost Video, and I'm going to show you a quick way to make credit rolls that are also able to pause using something called an event marker. So what we're going to do is, first of all, I've made already a scene with just a text box in, and a separate scene with a logo in this case. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to go to the sequencer and I'm going to show you how we're going to make this roll. So I'm going to make a group, and inside that group I'm going to add the text scene and the logo scene. I'm going to go to the group settings and I'm going to change where it says manual to roll and crawl. That's going to change it from being a standard manual take group to being a roll and crawl group. Now it's going to change all these settings. The only one I'm going to change at this time is the speed, which I'm going to ramp right up to about 8. And I'm going to play it just so you guys can see what's going on here. There we go. And what we're going to find is at the end there is the logo. Now what we want is a bit of space between that logo, and then we want the logo to hold at the end there. So I'm going to put in here a gap of, let's say at the bottom there, of around about 1,000. And that's 1,000 units, which represent pixels in this case. So if we play that again, what you should find is now we have a nice long gap at the end there, and then the logo, and it rolls off. Now what we want is that logo to hold. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the layout side. I'm going to add something called an event marker, and on the first section of the event marker here we can actually change the mode of what the roll or crawl is doing, or in this case what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to say change speed, and I'm going to change the speed to 0 with an inertia of 40. So rather than it just stopping dead, it will actually slow down. Now while this event marker does render, in terms of the render engine will register it and trigger this on show event to slow down, you won't actually see it rendered visually. So what we should end up with is something a bit like there we go. And if you're unhappy with where it's holding, what you could either do is you can play around with the delay before it starts, or what I would do in this case is I would probably move that guy down, and that would trigger the slowdown a little bit later, because it would actually start to render slightly later. So let's have a look at that now. And you can just play around with the position of that marker until the pause is where you want it. Okay, I'm fairly happy with that. So that's actually done, but just as a little extra bonus, what I'm going to do here is we're going to make a little animation. So I'm going to go to the scene with the logo, and I'm going to say add a new scene director, and that scene director I'm going to rename as fade, and this is actually going to be a fade of the logo there. So let's do a animation controller, and I don't want it to start right at the beginning, so I'm just going to zoom in here, and let's move this guy, let's say to around about 20. Zoom out there. So my animation is going to start 20 frames in, and then I'm going to make my keyframe with the logo selected on alpha 100. Control K. Close all these guys down, just leaving the alpha on, and then I'm going to press enter or this button here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move down to, let's say 15, and I'm going to move the alpha channel here to 0 so it's clear, and I'm going to make a keyframe there at 15. So what we should find is a long hold and then a fade out. Not too bad. Then we need to trigger that somehow. So to trigger it, what we can do is we can actually use visual logic. So if you come up here and you click on the visual logic window, we now can start to create some conditions for when that actually fires. So if we go to scene objects, I'm actually going to get the event marker here, and we're going to say events on show. So that means when the marker shows, we're going to then play, and I'm coming up to the top left here, scene directors, fade, events, action, sorry, play, and that should be enough to get us a fade at the right time. So if we play this now, there we go. And of course, if you were unhappy with the time before that faded, you just come back here, come to your fade, and again you can just move that further down. In this case, I'm going to move it another 10. Close that down, and you can see here my logo isn't showing. So another little trick is if you go to the fade there, if I move this here, and at the top here I'm going to right click and say set preview frame marker at position, and you'll see now my thumbnail is actually updated with a picture that actually has the logo in. And so now if we play this, should find is there we go. And of course you can keep playing around with that until you're satisfied. Now the last thing I just wanted to show is obviously I used this page gap here, and I just had one text field. Now what you can actually do with the way that this rolls or crawls, you can add as many groups or as many scenes, to the group as you wish. So I could add this text again, which could of course be a completely separate piece of information, text, credits, or whatever you require to roll. And then when we roll that, that's going to roll, and then it's going to put that gap between those two like so, and then it's going to carry on. Now that may be exactly what you want, in which case that's perfect. However, what you might want is the two sections of text to be closer together. So in that case, what I might do is I might only put in a smaller gap of, let's say, 100, and then I would go back to this scene. So what we can do is we can trick XPression into rendering that gap by placing in an object, not putting a material on that. So if I rotate this guy around so it's long ways, and I'm going to move him up here, what we'll find is when we play that back now, obviously there's only a small gap between the various text scenes. Now we have a large gap between that and the logo scene, and then it fades out. And that's a quick introduction to using group rolls and crawls, and also taking advantage of event markers and a little bit of visual logic. Thanks very much.